My father would have rolled over in his grave if he knew that I was an art major. My name is A. Bruce Loeschen, and I'm an illustrator. My specialty, or my claim to fame, has become these city montages. At first, I just referred to them as vertical bills. A collage is cut and paste, where you're bringing several things into a composition and gluing them together. So if it's all done in ink, it would be a montage. And montage means mono, one medium, and the tage, bringing it together, so you're creating several things into one thing in one medium. I've created more than 300 cities across the country. It starts with a pencil numbered grid to try and feel out the 40-story skyscraper to a garage type building. A statue is composed to a convention center. Then when we think we have that grid worked out, then I evolve a pencil, and then the pencil is laid in for approval. Then I check logos and spellings, and then I do the pen and ink. And when that's proofed, and there's been some embarrassing proofs where I've misspelled a person's name, or I spelled newspaper wrong once, obvious, easy letters. We make posters, and those are distributed. The very first montage I did was created to advertise a show. In '79, I had 12 landmarks in Austin. So I had some made into posters, and during the show I sold out of posters. So I thus was born a unique idea of vertical bill montage. Well, when I was at the Renaissance Festival, it was marketing in shop. People would walk in and want to know why I didn't have their city. It was, you know, I could have had 3,000 cities and I would still miss one. My best sale was an exchange group from England. They each bought 6 different city posters because they'd never seen anything like it and thought it was a great souvenir of America. So this was probably the most original concept I had, and continues to be my offspring to this day. However, they're much more detailed today. Ten years ago, I was approached by Community Creations, and they were trying to sell these aerial maps of towns. And wherever they went in Iowa that I had done a city, they'd point to my montage and say, well, and you can create a work like this, we might consider. So they couldn't sell any place, so they called me and said, would you work for us? And that doubled the profit, but it allowed me to stay home. So they would send me photographs, and then I would plot and do like my jigsaw puzzle and start a layout of each photograph is numbered, so then I'm trying to get a sense of tall buildings. These 3 things are the bridges across the river. This particular one will be Ottumwa, Iowa. With Community Creations, they do the contacts, and it sells itself. One city chamber or a person sees Colorado Springs. How did you get that? They get in touch with Community Creations, and I have a website that I list all the cities that I currently have. When they picked me up, I was doing maybe 3 a year, and when I hit 12, 15, 16 a year, then that became their primary business. And last year was a record. I did about 24 cities. The original verbal contract with Community Creations was that half of the material had to be nonprofit or landmarks or character of the city. And that has evolved. In the business world, if they didn't buy an ad space, then it's not there. If I've never been to the town, I don't know what they're missing. And that becomes one of those great arguments of commercial art versus fine art. I really thought that I was creating fine art. It was my impression of the city, the portrait that I saw as an artist coming into it. To do Austin without the tallest church spire would not be my sense of a true portrait. So, yeah, in some ways I thought that I prostituted myself for the dollar, but it's fun to do, and I couldn't make the kind of hourly wage that I do on this anywhere in Austin. And yet, you know, certain commercial work is recognized later as being fine art. And so there's Pan, added him to the picture so it could go into another art show. I'm hoping to involve and find something else, a different style. I don't know whether it's expressionism or cartooning I've looked at to translate this kind of pen and ink drawing, this kind of tight 19th century illustrative style into something more contemporary. I haven't found that yet. I was teased all the time of being the Waldo artist. So I had an old Volkswagen Beetle when I was starting, and curiously I don't anymore, but the Beetle still goes in every print. Somewhere hiding in the print so that my regular customers or people that's aware of it will look for that. A little town, it was Slater, Iowa, had their centennial, and their committee was looking for souvenirs. So they dug in their pockets and paid the whole fee up front, and we're going to sell these posters. And there was 2 businesses in Slater, so what do you put in it? So a town of 600 people. So we went down the block and either put the house or the person in that moment of time and made a big montage of it. Everybody and their cousin had to have that montage later, so that was fun. And probably the truest essence of what I was trying to do as a portrait. Well, you know, the company thinks this is going on forever. They hope I live forever. It's the golden goose, I think, but there are moods that there may be a day I'm saying I'm going to punch my time card in and go down and draw, and the hand just isn't doing what the brain tells it to do. So the beauty is I can walk away from it and do something else and keep it fresh.